Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. We carry on talking club rugby. Right, well, as you know, some of the clubs have returned to training, and it really is fantastic to see that many of the players are back on the park, and it's certainly inspirational. Well, Unimil is one of the clubs that is back on the park. The players are back. They're back at training. They've, of course, been focusing on quite a bit of gym activity, at least the CrossFit activity, for a while. And you remember that we spoke to head coach Gareth Jordan a few weeks ago, who was telling us that they were just not quite ready to get back on the park. Well, the players are back at training now, which is really fantastic. They're busy still doing the gym sessions, and they're, of course, also now doing the field sessions where they're splitting it on the field, and they're just happy to get back on the park. And of course, it's really great to hear that the coach, or at least Gareth will tell you that they're focusing on the person and reducing the pressure and stress of the players by just getting back on the field. And of course, that for them, the important thing is to keep the club doors open. But here's the training session that we went to a few days ago with a Unimil. You can hear for yourself.
Ja, definitief. As ek dink daai paar games wat ons gespeel het was eintlik maar net 'n lusmakertjie geweest. So dis baie moeilik met hierdie stop-start besigheid. Ek meen jy begin net 'n bietjie momentum bou en dan kry jy weer die slegte nuus van moet oorbegin. So ja, dis baie moeilik om positief te bly in die tye, maar ons moet maar deurdruk. Yes, definitief ja, die CrossFit wel baie. Om die ouens bietjie bymekaar te kry. Ek weet dis moeilik vir die ouens om positief te bly daai tye. Die ouens is nie altyd lus om te kom oefen as hulle nie weet daar's 'n bietjie aksie vir hulle nie. So dis hoekom die nommers ook maar 'n bietjie aan die swakker kant lyk nou, maar natuurlik jy wil tog ook hierdie veld vat met 'n klomp spelers en dan kom dit weer op slegte nuus af op die einde van die dag van weer positiewe geval in die klub. Almal moet lockdown vir 2 weke of iets so. Ja, ons moet net hou by die reëls en regulasies, so ons try maar ons bes om aan die gang te bly. Ja, kyk, ek is self 'n ou wat hou van 'n bietjie aksie. So as die ouens hoor as 'n veldsessie, almal is bereid om te kom. Die ouens wat nou wel kan en so wat se omstandighede dit toelaat. So ja, ek weet die ouens geniet die touches. Die eerste vraag wat hulle vra as hulle sê ons kom veld en dan sê ouens gaan daar touches wees en dan tweede ou wat wil weet wanneer vat ons kontak. So ja, nee, dit is baie nice om terug te wees op die veld.
Yeah, definitely. After a while of just being in the gym, doing some CrossFit, it's good to be back on the green field. I mean, we're privileged to be doing that, you know. A lot of people are suffering out there, people are dying every day, and we get to still live the dream of being on the rugby field and just doing what we love. I think we must all credit to our management staff for giving us the opportunity to be on the field. And I think a lot of the guys are excited to be on the field. I mean, you know, it's like a stop stand. One minute you're playing, next minute lockdown, can't really do much indoors, doing some workouts. But it's not the same of like being outside on the field. So yeah, we're just grateful that we on the field. And I mean, look, we have our coaches out there, players out there. I mean, we have good numbers for like our third week going on outside on the field, and we're just building with numbers. So I think that we're in the right space at the moment.
Toe ons 'n paar weke terug op die veld kom vir die eerste keer, ek moet sê, dis 'n anderste gevoel soos jy sê, die lockdown het 'n mens beet en die voete voel swaar op die pitch, maar dis lekker. Dis 'n regtig ware voorreg. En ja, ek sê bly almal kan hier wees en almal is gesond. Nee, definitief. Ek dink veral met die mental state, soos jy sê, ek meen almal is in lockdown. Ek meen oefening help maar vir enigiets. Jy weet self as kinders met Joel of as mans met vir rugby speel, ek meen dit help met die mental state en definitief met die kameraderie. En ek meen as ons eerste game kan kom volgende jaar en almal alles gaan goed, dan is die broederskap in die core hierso en dan kan ons vorentoe beweeg van daar af. Nee, hats off to die management en almal by die klub. Ek meen om soveel effort in te sit vir die CrossFit, vir hierdie movements. Ek meen dit vat 'n team effort en soos jy sê, dit help ook baie met injury prevention in die toekoms. En soos jy sê wanneer ons veld toe kom, as dit nie so lank vir jou voete vind op die veld nie. So ek dink dit help baie en hats off to die Unimil familie.
Yeah, they were very excited to play again, and we were fortunate to squeeze in a couple games. We had a game against Durban quite a while back, and then we also had games against Goodwood, NTK, and you can see the boys loved it. When everything got called off, you could also see the disappointment, and I think that's kind of stayed with a lot of players. Which has been made getting them back a little bit more difficult. So that's why we try to mix things up and have one CrossFit and one field session per week. And the field sessions have become quite popular. We've also got our under-20s training on the top field and the seniors down on our main pitch. And it's getting more and more popular as the weeks go by and the numbers drop. And players seem to be getting a lot more comfortable with being around each other and coming back into the practice environment. I think we've said it for a while now that we're focusing on the person before the player, and we're very aware that the boys need to blow off a little bit of steam. They haven't had a long competitive season for 18 months maybe. So number one, it's about keeping the doors open of the club. Number two, it's about providing an opportunity for the boys to blow off a bit of steam and to see their mates again and to have a bit of fun. And you can see when we're training, it's we give them the opportunity to come up with games and make rules and just to give them a bit more ownership. And the guys that are coming down are really enjoying it. And then we've also got plans to introduce a little internal tournament just to give them a little bit of competition. And it seems like that should be quite a popular event. You don't often get time in the pre-season and the in-season to work on things you really want to work on. And so we've started looking at a lot of prehab exercises, a lot of body movement and body shape exercises that they can use away from the club. You're not going to get a lot done in one session, so we're trying to teach them and educate them in ways where they can go and do their own training away from the club that will benefit them on the pitch. So rugby specific movements, looking at those muscle groups, and hopefully that will pay dividends when the season comes around, hopefully next year. Yeah, I think it's important to be creative and inventive with your training. As you pointed out, it's a long pre-season. And it's probably the third pre-season in a row without a proper competitive league. So you can't keep doing the same old thing. I think players will get bored. They won't develop, and I'm not too sure if they'll lose interest, but I'm not too sure if they'll be the best that they can be. So we're having to really think hard about introducing new practices, new exercises, new games to keep them enthused. Because like I said, it's a long pre-season and roll on January, and if we've been going since June, July maybe, we don't want them to be stale in January. So it's keeping us on our toes, which is great for us.
So Unimil staying active, great to see the players back in the park, and great to see what their focus is, that they're focusing on the players, keeping them active, getting them back in the park. And I love the idea that the club, Gareth and his team, are busy engaging with the players and getting their input on the activity, and that really is fantastic. But yeah, also some creative functional training there, so really good news for Unimil, and we're so excited to see players training again. They're smiling, they're putting the boots on. It's really great to know that our players are at the end of a hard day's work or whatever it is that they're doing, that they're able to get on the park and just socialize, and as Gareth said, let off a little bit of steam. And I think that's what rugby does for so many of us. Right, folks, well, as you know, on a weekly basis, we give you an opportunity to win yourself a case of Score energy drinks. So right there, you see it on the screen behind me right now, Score energy drinks. Now, if you want to win yourself this case of Score energy drinks, as well as a set of masks, courtesy of CTC Sports, then all you need to do is visit our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV, and go and take a look at our weekly Spot the Logo competition. At the moment, it's still pretty easy, where we take a logo on a weekly basis, and we give you an opportunity to guess the logo. We take the club logo, we make a few changes, and then of course we have some fun and ask you if you are able to recognize the logo. So last week's logo was of course Tygerberg Rugby Football Club, which is, I think, pretty recognizable considering the Tita logo is front and center. And if you don't know that logo, well, you probably haven't been following club rugby. Congratulations then to last week's winner, Kevin Hindley. Kevin, you spotted the logo correctly and guessed that it was Tygerberg Rugby Football Club. You are this week's winner of a case of Score Energy drinks as well as a set of Cape Rugby TV masks courtesy of CTC Sports. We're going to reach out to you on Facebook Messenger, Kevin, and you'll be able to come and collect your prize. Right, folks, we'll take a break now, and when we come back from the break, it's, of course, Fora up against Police. They were playing over the weekend. Very exciting.